When I see couples in couples therapy, they will come to a session describing a disagreement from totally different points of view. What may have started out as a calm discussion escalates to an all-out fight, with each partner believing their point of view is right. At some point, one or both of them goes into what is referred to as diffuse physiological arousal, or DPA for short. We also call that flooding or getting flooded. And once we're in this state, it's the fight, flight, or freeze response. And it can happen in your marriage. Because once our emotions have escalated, we are unable to take in the big picture. We're unable to take in new information. And when we're flooded, emotionally and physiologically, our ability to problem solve, to accurately remember, and to use social coping skills is significantly impaired. And awareness of our impaired ability is also absent. Our thinking and memory become distorted, and our perceptions are skewed. This is why couples vehemently disagree about what they each said during an argument they may have had at home. Expressions like, "He was blinded by emotion," or "I was so mad I had smoke coming out of my ears," are good metaphors for how powerful feelings can derail us. And once triggered, anger can escalate quickly, leading to what psychologists call a refractory period. That is a period of time after we get flooded that we're so gripped by strong emotions that we're unable to take in any information that doesn't fit, maintain, or justify whatever we're feeling. We only see that which affirms our beliefs and cannot understand our partner's point of view. So what to do when one or both of you are flooded? Well, first of all, we say that when one partner is flooded, both are flooded. Our emotional reactivity kind of mirrors each other. So even if one partner is looking calmer on the outside, there will be a response on the inside. It's just not as obvious. So self-soothing during a dialogue that's intense is a really important skill to teach yourself, or if you're in couples therapy, to learn that when one partner is flooded, for instance in therapy, we'll gently stop them and ask them to become aware of their arousal level. In my work, I'll ask if they're wearing a smartwatch or a step monitor that measures heart rate. And because essentially this is a biofeedback device that you're wearing all the time on your wrist. And you can get immediate feedback to help slow things down. So for instance, if your resting heart rate is say 65, and when you're having a conflict discussion, you see that your heart rate has shot up to say 95, it's a signal that you need to pause, to take a few deep breaths, and to bring your heart rate down. And when you can re-engage, you can do that in the discussion in a much calmer fashion. So teaching self-soothing in the moment, in the midst of an argument or a disagreement, is what will lead to new skills in communication and conflict management. What we are, in fact, doing is teaching a form of mindfulness, even during a tense conversation. Being able to pause, slow your heart rate down, It's the awareness of the cues that lead to this over-arousal that's the first step in helping to slow things down enough to more effectively process and then continue a conversation. The tricky part is becoming aware of our feelings in the moment and taking responsibility for what we bring to that situation. Luckily, effective techniques exist for better emotional regulation. One of the most important things that you can do is to practice a form of self-soothing. Once we become aware of being flooded or that we're headed in that direction, we can pause, collect ourselves, and then focusing, say, on slowing your breathing or your heart rate, and then just noticing sensations of warmth to your hands, which is a sign that you're shifting into a more relaxed state, and then letting go of unnecessary muscle tension that you might be carrying in your face, your jaw, your hands. All of that will eventually change the way that you feel, even in the moment, and the way that you express strong emotion. And this will allow you to keep working on issues more productively and compassionately with each other.